Welcome back to part 5 of Lisa's 2 cents Infidelity. So my sister comes out of the bedroom and she's like, you better leave my fucking sister alone. And you better not put hands on her, let her go, and this and that. And he's telling my sister, like, back up before I put hands on you. And I'm like, dude, you touch my sister, it's going to be on and popping. We both going to beat your ass. So I told my sister, I said, just let it go. Just go back in the room. And she was like, no, I'm not. He ain't going to be sitting in here threatening you and putting his hands on you. So I was like, please just go back in the room. So then he tells me in my ear, he leans into me and he says to me in my ear, he says, either you walk out with me or I'm going to hurt your sister. Well, guess what? I'm not going to let nobody hurt my sister. So I voluntarily walked out with him because I didn't want the babies to be traumatized by what was going on. So I left with him. My sister kept saying, don't leave. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go ahead and leave. So my husband ends up taking me back to our place. He was still there. So he takes me back to our place. So he's trying to find out who I'm with. Who is your, who's your dude? Who's this and that? And I wouldn't give him the name. So he pulls out a gun. And he's like, you're going to tell me who this dude is. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because this man is good to me. And I'm not going to sit up there and tell you where he is, where he can be found. So you can go over there and call yourself shooting him. I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So what he does, this nigga put the gun up to my head and tells me, okay, I'll kill you then. And I said, do what you got to do, because I knew he might be crazy. He wasn't that damn crazy. So he was like, so he put the gun up to my head. So I was like, I'm not telling you. You're going to do what you're going to do. So he said, oh, you're going to tell me. So he hit me. Now, when he hit me, I was shocked because, like I said, even though I was with him, he had never put hands on me in our marriage. We had our arguments, but never physical abuse. So he hit me, and I was shocked. So I think for about the first 5 seconds, I was like sitting there with my eyes like, did you just put your hands on me? So I came up swinging like, ooh, so we in there fighting, tearing up the house. And we stopped fighting, and he was like, you're going to sit your ass in until you tell me who this nigga you with. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm never going to tell you who I'm with. I want to say I probably was there about a good hour, and all of a sudden you hear, bam, 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 police open the door. So my sister, thank God that she was there, she called the police. So they knock on the door, bam, 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 police, open the door. So now he put the gun up to his head. He was like, I'm going to kill myself. So I was like, please don't. I don't care whether I'm with you or not, and you cheated on me. You just put your hand on me. I don't ever want to see nobody take their lives, ever. So I was like, please don't do that. Please, your son needs you. Please, even though in my head, I just wanted him to not kill himself. I didn't care about him going to jail. I wanted him to go to jail because he put his hands on me. And he's holding me against my will, which is kidnapping. But back then, they didn't call that kidnapping back then. But anyway, so I was like, please don't shoot yourself. Like, please don't. And he was like, I'm not going to jail. And I was like, please just let them come in. So the police was still, bam, 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 all this while this is going on. And eventually, he opened the door and let them in. They threw him on the ground, arrested him. I had, my lip was split, bleeding from where we was fighting. They arrested him. He goes to jail. Why I get a call from his sister talking about, hey, why you put my brother in jail? And I told her, what happened? Like, because your brother he found to where I was living. He came to me, forced me to come back to our apartment, and then put a gun up to my head, threatened me, and then he hit me. And that girl said, well, that's between you and him. You shouldn't have called the police. Then, of course, me and her get into a big argument because I'm cussing her like, F you be, that's your brother. So, of course, you don't think it. But let him put hands on you or let your man put hands on you and let me hear you sing the same tune. I was like, no, I don't care. He go to jail. She was like, well, I want you to, can you not press charges? No, I'm pressing charges on his ass. I'm pressing charges, period. So he goes to jail. I go back home. And he's in jail, and I don't remember how long he done. It wasn't that long. It was like a few months or whatever. And by this time, I went on with my life, and I was with the guy for about 5 years until he got busted. And he took very, very good care of me. And to this day, I would always respect him because he was a gentleman to me. But I hated my husband. I hated him, like literally hated him. He ended up leaving here and moving to Mississippi. He got hooked on crack. Moved to Mississippi, got hooked on crack, did a robbery, did 20, I think it was like 20 something years in prison for that robbery. He reached out to me out of the blue about, I want to say because he just got out of prison 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And he reached out to me out of the blue, and I was totally shocked because I hadn't talked to him in 35 years, about 35 years I hadn't talked to him. And he called me and he apologized to me, and he was like, I was young and stupid. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. And I truly, truly apologize for everything I did to you and not appreciating you. And please accept my apology and this and that. And long story short is that we became cordial with each other. And to this day, we're still cordial with each other. But that's my infidelity story. And, as women, I don't know any woman that has not been touched by infidelity. And that's a sad statement to make, that men think it's okay for them to have extramarital affairs or side chicks or whatever you want to call it on women because, and I know people are going to say women cheat too. Yeah, they do. But I don't think it's anything close to what men do. And either way, whether it's men or women, it's not okay. But yeah, women, learn to love yourselves and not allow men to do what they want to us and be okay with it. Because if we allow them to cheat once, they're going to keep cheating. They're going to keep cheating. I have a story about a girlfriend of mine and her infidelity, and it just, till this day, it still blows my mind because it's still happening. I mean, she was just at my house 2 days ago and telling me about something. And she's been married with her husband for close to 50 years, but we'll talk about that another day. I love you guys, and thank you for letting me share. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.